Hello and welcome to The Honest Truth About Movies. My name is Wes Anderson, aka Mr. Anarchy. With me is Victor Osorio.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Hey Victor, how you doing, my friend?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Kind of been a shitty day, but I'm getting through it.
Well, it's gonna get better.
Yeah, I'm just glad to be here right now. So anyway, I have yet to put our first podcast up, actually. I should mention that to you, Victor. It's actually been very busy for me, and I haven't even posted the podcast on YouTube. I don't even know why I'm mentioning this, since nobody's going to be able to hear this until...
The second podcast?
Basically.
I was wondering when you were going to upload it and where. So now I know.
Yeah.
Something I should probably know, huh? If you want to do a podcast.
I'll let you know about that sooner or later. So do you feel that your review of Ant-Man and The Dark Knight Rises, do you still stand by what you say?
Yes, I do.
I guess we'll do this thing where it's like, if we still stand by what we see, like if you come across anything, Victor, like if you would just want to say something about the movie that wasn't said in the previous episode, I guess you could, I think
more to say about
if you have a little bit more to say, I don't think I'd be opposed to that. If you have no problem with me being opposed to anything and bringing something in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So today, guys, we're going to be doing what me and Victor are planning to do with our following episodes after the first episode and this episode is we're going to review movies according to a genre, and we're going to do at least 2 movies a week. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And last week, we did 2 superhero movies, as was mentioned, Ant-Man and The Dark Knight Rises. I thought Ant-Man was pretty good, but I thought The Dark Knight Rises was shit. And Victor, what did you think of Ant-Man?
Same thing. Ant-Man was a good movie, a good time to watch, but Dark Knight was just, you want to like it, but there's nothing there to like, unfortunately. It's not a bad movie, it's just there's nothing there you can find to like. So, right. Yeah.
Fair enough. And this week, we will be doing a comedy. So, I guess I'll start us off with our first comedy. Our first comedy that we are going to be reviewing is the Simpsons movie. Yeah. Okay.
That was horrible.
We'll add in sound effects later or something.
Yeah.
Of an audience clapping. Victor, what are your feelings towards the Simpsons as a show?
Lately, I haven't seen it because they've been
Everyone thinks it's bad now, right?
Yeah, but there's a reason why it was bad. They were saving all the good jokes for the movie. That's why the episodes weren't that great, like the ones in the 90s where there were a lot of controversies and it was just all out funny. During the production of the movie, the episodes were just sometimes stupid, boring, and not funny at all. But they were saving it for the movie.
That's weird.
And I don't know if it paid off or not. The movie was funny. I mean, it was good. It was a good laugh, but it didn't go back to its tradition, being very controversy towards society. If it had that, I think it would have been amazing. But it was better than the show, that's for sure. But it wasn't
better than the show has been lately.
Yeah, lately. But
what I've been hearing is that the show is all I really know about what the show's been going through is just I fucking hate referring to these videos, but the WatchMojo.com where they say the top 10 movie characters you didn't know were gonna die, or the top 10 people who died that you were glad died, or something in a TV show. Well, why are you doing that? Take this seriously. But anyway, there are some of their videos that do make really good points, but for the most part, I feel that their videos are kind of pretentious and really just cashing out on pop culture and
yeah.
But anyway, they had this one where it's the top 10 shows that should have ended before
before it went too long, before it drags out. Yeah.
They had the X-Files on there, which I only seen the first episode. They had Dexter on there, which I totally agree with, because the first 5 seasons were not that bad. I mean, I have very mixed feelings about that show, but then The Simpsons was number 1 on that list because they've been going for strong. Well, not
more than 20 years.
Yeah, more than 20 years, ever since the 90s.
Yeah. I mean, if it wants to keep on going, like South Park, has been going on for how many seasons? 15?
Yeah. They've been going on for a while.
But it's like, it's original. Not really, but like it still holds up until today.
They still have some controversial episodes, like the 200 episode where they showed Muhammad.
Yeah.
Oh well. Anyway, South Park. Like, is that all you want to say about it, or do you have any more?
It was funny. It was shocking, but I guess what it was trying to make a point of, which was the environment. I mean, the environment is a big deal, but don't put that in a freaking comedy. I mean,
I feel like they've been that people have been.
They're making sort of like a satire. Like you make fun of something serious.
Of course, they were being satirical of like the EPA and how they handle things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Look, I care about the environment, but like I'm not a freaking fanatic about it. But I don't know. If you want to make something funny out of something serious, it's kind of hard. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
They pulled it off, I guess, but I would have gone a different route.
Yeah.
Just go like all out crazy funny.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen the movie in a while, but is there anything else you want to say, or? Sorry, I'm doing my best not to interrupt, but like.
It was. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's a good movie. It's good. It's funny, but what its point is kind of boring. Its main point, which talks about the environment. It's kind of boring, but overall, it's a good time. It's funny. It's enjoyable. It has repeat value. Yep, that's all I have to say about that.
All right, Forrest Gump. That's all I have to say.
Good movie, by the way.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Very good movie.
Tom Hanks was in the Simpsons movie.
Oh yeah, he was. He's like, I'm Tom Hanks. If you see me in public, please leave me alone.
Oh gosh,
that's funny.
Yeah. Okay, well here's my thoughts on it. Lately I'm coming to realize that I'm not that big a fan of the Simpsons anymore, because when I used to like the Simpsons when I was a kid because it was just funny. And I remember like my mom and dad like always telling me like why they didn't like the show, and it's because they make the dad look like an idiot. And I was just like, so what? But then I watched and they gave the same reason for the show Dinosaurs or something. You remember that show that was kind of like it had those green dinosaurs or whatever? Like the dad that was just like a construction worker in like a red and black plaid shirt. Do
they transform?
No.
Nope.
Oh, you don't know it? All right. Like I thought that the show was kind of cool because it was just like puppets as a kid, and like what the fuck do I know? I'm a kid who likes puppets and cartoons. Like all kids like that for the most part. Mm-hmm. And I liked The Simpsons when I was a teenager because that along with Malcolm in the Middle, those were just shows I found like really enjoyable to watch. It was just like nostalgic to me because like that was back in the time when like we didn't have any. I'm getting way off topic, but like bottom line, I liked The Simpsons show as a kid, and the one thing I didn't like about the movie though, I mean like the movie does resemble what Matt Groening does. Would you agree?
What does he do?
Well, it just resembles what he does with The Simpsons, like all the way through.
Which is?
I don't like the humor is just like still the same. I mean, it's like. I mean, I felt that actually the humor was toned down a little bit for the movie, whenever they made it, because.
I think the movie was trying to be smart, in a way.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. I think it was trying to give out a message. Message not received, by the way.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think it was just trying too hard to be funny.
Yeah, maybe. I feel. Oh, wait. Actually, one thing I wanted to say is that like some of the humor that they express on the TV show is sort of implied. I mean, in the beginning, like in the TV show, not in the movie, but like but in the movie, like they kind of sort of like more say like what the joke was than actually like implying what the joke was
In the show?
in the movie.
Oh, in the movie.
God, this is confusing talking about the show and the movie, but it's like, well, it's like whenever they were like with the president or something, and like President Schwarzenegger, and he was just like, very well, I picked number 3, and then just like, don't you want to read him first? I was selected to lead, not to read. Number 3, or like the part where when Albert Brooks' character, the guy who was like the head of the EPA, was just like on the TV screen, and he's just like, hello, I'm so-and-so, the head of the EPA, and then they're just like, the who? Or the what? The EPA. And they're just like, what? I'm a big man on the screen, just listen to me. That was kind of like, I feel like that's kind of an implied joke through The Simpsons, the series. It's just like, if you see a man on a screen, you kind of like look at them and pay attention to them.
Yeah.
I mean, with like, I'm certain that there was an episode where, like, I don't know which episode, but there had to have been one where Homer was just like, he saw something on a TV screen. Oh, wait, there was an episode where it's just like, there was like this action show where Homer was just like, where the main character's name was Homer Simpson.
Oh, yeah. And he was a detective, but then they make him stupid.
Well, at first he was like a badass or something.
Yeah, he was a badass, cool character.
And then like Homer was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so cool. And then like Lisa's just like, Dad, that's not you. And then Homer's just like, Lisa, don't try to confuse Daddy. And it's like kind of TV in a way makes you stupid.
Yeah.
Or it kind of makes you like believe things or like give credit to somebody who doesn't really deserve credit or something. I don't know. Like I don't even know where I'm going with this, honestly.
One thing, I don't know if you know this, but do you remember the episode of Camp Krusty?
I do not remember. Like, there's a lot of episodes of The Simpsons that I haven't seen.
It's the episode talks about it's the end of summer, and if Bart doesn't get like at least a C average, he doesn't get to go to Camp Krusty. So when they go to Camp Krusty, it's horrible. Like the camp counselors are the bullies. Originally, that was gonna be the original movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but the thing was, there wasn't enough like ideas, so it became an episode. But that was originally the idea for the movie. Takes place during the summer after school or after school ends, and they go to camp. They go to Camp Krusty, and it turns out to be like very horrible experience. That was the original plan for the movie back, I guess, in the 90s. That episode came out in the 90s. So, but instead we got this, which is a good movie, but sometimes it feels like it's forced, the comedy, and it just becomes not funny at all.
Yeah, some of it did feel funny because it felt like they were like more telling us the jokes.
Yeah, they were telling instead of like implying or like
the part like where they get to Alaska or something.
Yeah,
we're giving away $1,000 so that they can exploit our natural beauty and to turn it into a horror house or something. I don't know if that's the line.
All like,
but you remember that part, right?
Yeah, like, welcome to Alaska. Here's $1,000. Well, it's about time. But for what?
I mean, for the most part, like the show did like it did feel like the show, but there were definitely some parts that you were just like, this doesn't feel like The Simpsons. There was just something about it that didn't feel like the original show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean a lot of the show, its secondary characters. Are more funnier, or they do more in the episodes.
Yeah, sometimes.
And
kind of like with Fairly Odd Parents with like Jorgen Von Strangled or something.
Yeah, and
God, I love that show. And I love Jorgen and Timmy's dad and Denzel Crocker.
But in the movie, the secondary characters really didn't get to do much. And
yeah, because we were focused
on the family itself.
Yeah.
And that's cool and all, but we seen that through that entire, like, how many seasons? 25 seasons? We've seen that already.
Yeah.
And I don't know, if it would have focused like as a whole instead of just like the family, even though it's The Simpsons. But the secondary characters are also funny, or some of them are even more funnier than the main characters. Like, what's his name? Mo is funny. Like, I think Mo's a lot more funnier than Lisa. And like, he's just so funny. His character is so horrible, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Or like Barney, where he's just like drunk all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's those little things.
My favorite character is Ralph. Ralph Wiggum,
he's
like Chief Wiggum's son.
Yeah, that guy's a moron. That guy's insane.
I'm Idaho.
He's all like, I like men now. Oh my god, that guy's weird.
He sees Bart naked.
Yeah, I know. That character's so weird. He's like, that's where I saw the leprechaun. He told me to burn things. He's just insane.
My dad told me to hide in this closet while he stole stuff.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, the movie was good, but a lot of it was forced. And it should have just flowed like an episode.
I don't know. I kind of disagree with that. I mean, like, I felt like, even though, like, I wasn't the biggest fan of this movie, I'm not a big fan of The Simpsons at all anymore, but I did like the series a lot more than I liked the movie. Because I
appreciate the series, like the early episodes and the early seasons a lot more.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I just felt that, in a way, they needed to do this, like, to make the jokes more... Like, now that I'm thinking about it, that they should have made the jokes more obvious for the people who never watched The Simpsons to, like... Because, like, if they made, like, oh, God, what movies have they made a movie out of from the TV series? This is a bad example, but it's like Avatar: The Last Airbender or something.
Uh-huh.
Like that movie doesn't do any such justice to the show. But if you're going to make
not even the name.
Yeah. But if you're going to make a movie out of a series, like, you have to be aware of the audience coming to, like, not only of the audience coming to see it, but of the audience that isn't familiar with it
or never seen it before.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the last episode, but with the Iron Man movie, like the first Iron Man movie, like, I didn't know jack shit about Iron Man, but, like, I left that movie thinking Iron Man is one of the most badass superheroes I've ever seen, because I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know, like what his superpower was. I originally thought that, like, he was, like, stuck inside the super suit or whatever, and that, like, he couldn't get out or something. And that's what I gleaned from the trailer, where it's like his robot is, like, spraying him with the fire extinguisher, but I didn't know it was the fire extinguisher at the time, but I just kind of thought that he was stuck inside that suit or something. But, yeah,
Hey, if you're going to make something, you got to be, aware of your audience and who's going to see it, and make sure when they see it, they know what the hell they're seeing. So you won't have to explain in the movie. And that's what the Last Airbender did. It explained everything.
Yeah, that was annoying.
I know, it was just horrible.
Of course it was. Well, we'll bring that in next time.
Yeah, it is.
For another one. Okay, I think we're done with the Simpsons movie now. Like, Victor, do you want to introduce her? What do you give the Simpsons out of 5 stars?
I give it a 4.
Yeah, I give it like a 3. But anyway, like, let's
get to it. It's a good, funny movie, though. Yeah. It's not a bad movie. It's just
It does have some very quotable. It does have some good moments, like the boobs lady with the Indian or something. Boobs lady, point me in the right direction. She's swinging herself, and then, like, her boobs point in the direction.
That was funny.
Yeah.
And the sex scene with the animals.
What?
You don't remember that scene?
Let's not talk about this on the show.
I mean, Marge and Homer, are about to do it, and they're doing it, and they don't show it, but the animals, like, get, like, disgusted, and they, like, look away.
I don't remember that part.
You don't remember that part?
I really don't, honestly. It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
It's a funny ass movie. It's a funny movie, but yeah, you enjoy it at least once.
Yeah, I'd say I'd give it like 3 stars out of 5.
Yeah.
Anyway, Victor, you want to introduce our next movie?
Our next movie is Billy Madison, starring Adam Sandler. Before he went down the shitter.
Yeah, seriously, Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2.
Jack and Jill, what the fuck?
I never saw that. My aunt was a big fan of that movie, and I know to never watch movies that my aunt likes because she likes Tyler Perry as like Medea's One Big Happy Family and shit. And
oh God,
I fucking hate Tyler Perry.
Oh my God. If you don't know what a good movie is, I'm not even spend time with you. Goodbye. Go away. I can't even talk.
If you want a good example of what movies are bad, I would recommend everyone to watch Tyler Perry's anything by Tyler Perry. That's
Tyler Perry's Temptation.
Never saw it, but anything that
starring
has
Kim Kardashian.
But whatever, God. Any movie that has whatever that lady's name is, Ma Dukes, but I'm thinking of the Boondocks or whatever, where they're making fun of Tyler Perry. But any movie that has Tyler Perry cross-dressing or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, Billy Madison. What do you? I think I'll start off with this one.
It's been a while since I've seen this movie, but I remember it.
I actually saw it a couple months ago or something, during the summer. I remember there were some friends of mine back in high school that were always making Billy Madison jokes because they thought that movie was funny. The part.
It was funny.
Well, they thought it was enjoyable to watch, and they I like stupid humor sometimes, how they. My friends in high school would always say stupid things no yelling on the bus whenever we were on the bus, and I'm just what the hell's that from? Or one of my other friends was just it's poop again, and I knew what that scene was. I had seen it on YouTube or something, and I was just you called the shit poop.
Oh my God, that's so dumb.
That's one of the best scenes in the movie.
You call this shit
Judas Priest Barber, it's one of those flaming bags again. Don't put it out with your boots, Ted. Don't tell me my business, that woman. I love that scene.
I mean, the only part I don't like about that movie is how he talks in the beginning. He's not able to talk.
No demons. No demons.
He also does it in Little Nicky. The way he I don't know how he I
thought that was kind of funny though, but I mean
it's
I liked
annoying.
It was too if he kept on doing it throughout the movie, it would have gotten annoying. But since he kept it at the beginning, I was willing to bear with it.
Yeah.
I liked the gibberish scene where he was just yelling at what's his face when he was just doing the middle finger with scratching his nose.
I don't remember that scene, but I just remember that his friend, the guy with the weird voice. What's his name? The actor. What's his name?
Are you talking about Chris Farley on the bus driver or something? Or are you talking about something else?
I know there's a friend that is always with him. He's kind of funny. I forgot the actor's name. He played Deaf in Family Guy when they first introduced Deaf.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
That voice. His voice is just so
I know who you're talking about. I don't. Oh God, I'm trying to remember his name.
That guy's funny.
Yeah.
Just his voice.
Norm Macdonald or.
Yeah.
Is that his last name?
Yeah,
McDonald.
Yeah.
I feel
That's his name. That's nice. Okay, I don't remember his first name.
The only reason I remember that is because he also voiced the genie on Fairly Odd Parents, and he was named Norm too. The Fairly Odd Parents always has great voice actors on their show.
I love that show.
Yeah.
They're still continuing that show, right?
Yeah, they're going into their 10th or 11th season right now.
I love that show.
I still follow them on Facebook, even though I probably haven't seen an episode in about a year or two.
It was a good after school show. It still is. I haven't seen it in years, but it's funny. Yeah. I like it. Anyways.
I liked Bill. I thought Billy Madison was enjoyable. It's definitely not the funniest movie I've seen, and I've never... now that I've seen Billy Madison, I realize that his earlier movies are definitely funnier than his newer stuff, because I fucking hate Adam Sandler as an actor.
Yeah.
Actually, I hated him as a kid, I should say, because I never liked his sense of humor. I liked Jim Carrey more so, because I thought that Jim Carrey was funnier.
Yeah, he was more energetic. Adam Sandler is just more... He was very angry.
He's more of a dick. I mean, I remember in 50 First Dates where he's just making fun of Sean Astin for where he's just hey, 10-second time. You want to hear a secret about this guy? And then he's like, oh, aren't you a little old to still be having wet dreams?
Oh my god. I mean, Billy Madison, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Kind of a dumb concept, but you know.
Of course it is. I mean, like if
starting
he was like
from kindergarten to like
Yes.
what, high school or college or
high
school, I think.
If he was getting his GED at I think one of the main reasons this movie was funny was because like they're intentionally doing something that you know would never happen. I mean, like actually sending him to fucking first grade and like having him like interact with a bunch of kids is like nobody does that. If you're an adult,
that would never ever happen in real life.
Even if it did, I don't know if they did this back in the 90s. I doubt they did, but it's like if somebody was to earn their GED from like first to second grade or like second to third to fourth, fifth to sixth, and so on, they would be here at this college doing their GED.
They wouldn't have to go step to step.
Nothing else.
Yeah. I think that
doing math N06, which is 2 + 2. Not going with a bunch of little kids because they might be pedophiles, or they might. I mean,
what school, what state will allow that? I mean, come on, what the hell is wrong with that world they live in?
Your dad would have to be really fucking rich, but I guess that's what made Billy Madison like a bit more believable was that his dad was rich, and was able to let him into the school system again.
I mean, I think the funniest scene in that movie is the dodgeball game with the kids. He like beats up everyone.
I think my favorite scene is just like any scene that Chris Farley was on, like whenever he's just like on the bus or something, and then he's just like getting all angry, and he's just like, that Veronica Vaughn is one piece of ace, and he's just like, yeah, him and her got it on, and he's like, no, they didn't. Well, no, you're right, but I knew somebody who did. No, you didn't.
My God, I gotta see that movie again.
God,
it's been a while, but it still holds up, till today.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yeah, because I mean, this is definitely not a movie.
If you haven't seen it,
Well, I mean, think about this, Victor. Like something that I noticed that is definitely not gonna like survive like the passage of time, so it were like him saying like nudie mags. Who the hell says nudie mags anymore? I mean, if you're gonna say porn, then you're gonna say porn, not nudie mag. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was like a phrase like back in the 70s, like from that 70s show, like that they used or something. I mean, but then like he was also referencing like video games that are definitely outdated, like Mortal Kombat or something. I mean, Mortal Kombat, they're like, you don't know, but like he's just, and when he's just like having a conversation with that kid.
I remember. That was funny.
Yeah, but like nobody's gonna know what Donkey Kong is after that. I mean, like Donkey Kong, like they haven't had a game in a couple of years.
No, they actually had one last year.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
never mind. Then.
Yeah, it's having a comeback.
But it's more like a side scroller or something. It wasn't even what it was. I mean, like when Rare had the rights to that game.
I miss Rare.
Donkey Kong 64 was one of my favorite games as a kid.
I never played it. Well, I played Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo, which was amazing. Yeah. I liked the music.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Like, I remember, like, in the Donkey Kong 64, they had, like, the rap at the beginning. Yeah. Like, you never played the game, but, like, I'll have to show you the rap later after this is over. Uh-huh. But yeah. Dude, why are you watching him? Dude, turn that off. Oh, my God. Why, Victor? Why?
That music, I gotta listen to it.
Turn that off.
There.
We'll listen to that. We'll listen to this later. Oh my gosh.
All right. It was Donkey Kong, man. It made me.
Yeah.
That song is so relaxing. I like that music.
I never even like. Here's the funny thing. Like, I never had a Sega. Well, I had a Sega Genesis, but I didn't have like a Super Nintendo system or whatever they had back in the day. Because
I downloaded it off the internet. I never played it on my Super Nintendo.
I think the first video game system I ever had was a Sega Genesis, and then after that I had the N64, which I got for Christmas when I was like, I don't know, 7. That was good times. And I got like this special edition too. Anyway, we're getting way off topic. Anything more you want to say about Billy Madison?
Old old Adam Sandler movies are good, funny. New ones don't even bother.
I mean, I don't think Billy Madison is gonna hold up, but like a few years from now, because people.
I guess it's like nostalgia and not nostalgia, but like, if you wanna laugh.
Yeah, for some people who like know the references that they're making.
Yeah, if you know the references, then
and who
you're
remember
gonna
the
get
hairstyles and stuff, because like that movie is dated in terms of like the hairstyles and just the style in particular too.
Yeah, like if you're a '90s kid, you'll understand it.
Yeah.
If you're not, oh well, it's still a funny movie.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not gonna survive like the next 50 years. People aren't gonna like be studying this movie and go like, what was the symbolism of him throwing the dodgeballs at the kid? they're not gonna be like gonna go like doing other stuff like that either. But so yeah, Victor, what do you give it out of 5?
Maybe a 3. Just for being funny.
I give it a 3 as well. But yeah, thank you for listening to the podcast. Like me and Victor really appreciate this.
Thanks for listening to our nonsense.
Yeah, listening to a bunch of video game talk when you tuned in for movie talk. And
yeah, see, one thing leads to another.
Yeah,
but that's what makes it a good podcast.
You don't have a thing for Pedro.
What the fuck? No.
All right. Anyway, thank you for listening, guys. We'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. See you guys later. Or whatever. Technically, we're not seeing you guys.
You'll be listening to us.
Yeah. You'll be listening to us, hopefully.
Bye-bye.
Bye.